See what we got here. Oh, we on. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a pleasure having you in. I go by the name of L'Esprit. I am a spiritual healer, and as a spiritual healer, technically what I do is that I assist other people in self mastery, pretty much. By you becoming in alignment with yourself, meaning you would have to understand and become in harmony in terms with your emotions, your intellect, all of that comes together. To master anything means you make it part of your routine. Now you make it part of you. You make it you. So when you see a motherfucker that masters the motherfucking guitar, who could play it with his fucking teeth, whatever the fuck, like Jimi Hendrix, Clef, uh, shit, my nigga Prince, you already know. You know I got you, baby. Mm. Shout out to that nigga, man. That's my dog. You hear me? Um, so all of that is a depiction, pretty much, of the masculine, of the feminine energy that resides into the masculine. Remember, it's not how much of what you're seeing that you're seeing, but it's how you're looking at it. And that makes a world of difference. It's always been quality, baby. You know what I'm saying? Stay on your beauty. Let's keep it top shelf. But anyway, so let's get back, cause nigga, oh, man, I guess I'm on one. So yeah, so it's Happy Hump Day. You know what I'm saying? It's only gonna go down from here. So let's just get down. Now, if you're coming back, you already know it's always a pleasure. All right, get a plate. We always break bread here, man. This is Holy Communion. This is shit. This is not the Last Supper though. This is the supper. And never gonna be the last one. You hear me? But anyway, as long as we're doing this thing as far as us interacting, the spirit in itself, it speaks for itself. All we're doing at this point is acknowledging, becoming in alignment with what already taken place. That's why life happened to you before you can even catch it. That's another way of saying too. You have your plans, but you know, it's a different ball game down here, though. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm just saying this too because you may have already chosen this life, but the part of you or the process of you recognizing that's that unification. That's your higher self with the lower self. So I'm saying all of that to say, you are spirit, your base, your essence, your foundation. You are that. So now, if you understand that, then now you understand now there's something called gender now, which is another part of you. Gender actually comes in. That's why gender has nothing to do with sex. Absolutely nothing to do with sex, but at the same time, everything to do with sex. But nothing to do with sex. I mean, I hope I'm not confusing you. Um, to have sex, you need, it's empirical. Like, there's no way around it. It's mandatory, I guess. You know what I'm saying? To have the opposites. Not truly the opposites, but to have that masculine and feminine energy interacting. That's why the biggest thing that gay people show us, having the same sex, to have a gay relationship, one of them have to become the bitch, the other one has to become the nigga, whichever one. And they act that shit out too. But what you're truly seeing is the feminine energy that is expressing herself and the masculine energy that is also expressing itself. Now, the nigga, meaning the bitch, now she's becoming a tomboy. She got to act a certain way. She got to speak a certain way. She got to let her know, to, hey, bitch, come here. You dance, because now she's the man. So you got to understand this. We're not criticizing. What we're saying here is that showing you in gay couples, same sex, what gender is. That's why in the Kabbalion, when they're talking about, this is not about dick and pussy, if you're looking for sex, and the shit that I talk about too, that's why I talk about love, understanding the different energy. If you're looking, let's just say, to dominate bitches, you came in the wrong place, my nigga. We don't do that here. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we teach you how to dominate them bitches too, but not in a way of you being connected to them. Oh, we're gonna be talking some shit tonight. We're gonna be talking some shit. So now, the very first thing I want you to understand so far is that when it comes to gender, sex really doesn't matter, because at this point, if you're looking at the same sex, but they gotta act, they gotta act differently to maintain that sexual desire or connection. That's why I was saying, for you to have that, like if you have a platonic friend, there's no gender involved. Like, there's this one bitch, like, that's how I look at it. It's like, your pussy don't matter. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know for me, like, a tomboy, when I see a tomboy, it's like, I don't even see a man. Now, and by that, what I'm trying to say, you know how, you know what I'm saying, like, well, maybe I shouldn't even see a man, which kind of makes sense. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't even see, you see how you could tell, like, okay, she's acting like a man? I don't even see her acting like a man. It's like, and I'm saying this to say, it's like, that's what, you wouldn't be attracted, I'm not attracted to it at all. It's like, fuck out of here. Not in the sense of I despise it, but in the sense of just don't matter. Like, okay, you don't matter. Let's just say I'm in the fucking island. There's a tomboy and me. It's like, this bitch don't matter. It's like, oh shit. Well, I would feel like, here we go. I would feel like I would be gay to be with a tomboy. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna simplify this shit. I would feel being gay being with a tomboy. That's how I personally would feel. That's because I'm looking at it in different levels too here. But also I'm embracing everything. Meaning I would need to have that femininity. I'm already that masculinity. So as a man, so even as the gay guys, they gotta have that too. Or the lesbians. And that's the fucking depiction. So this is showing you how vital fucking gender is, and how it has nothing to do with sex, dick and pussy. So what I've been seeing and listening to, well, I know I always like that seeing, because hey, knowing is seeing too. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, listen, man, we're talking about inner vision here. That's how you get to see outside. But anyway, you know, you know what I'm saying? Free games. That was on the house. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We're always gonna break bread. That's what we're here for. And so that's exactly what we're gonna do. So now check this out, right? So now that you're looking at you being spirit, right? And then you're looking at those different energies that resides in you. That's pretty much what it is. That you could tap into as, you know what I'm saying? That's how you, this is all spiritual. That's why this is all spiritual. This is your spirituality, niggas. And that's what our motherfucking ancestors are telling us. That's why you gotta wake up. Your spirituality means that, you are in alignment with you. I mean, not you, I mean, it means like you've seen the bigger picture. So all fucking ancestors want for us is for us to see the bigger picture. Knowing, for instance, that you are not just your physical body. Knowing that your life can't be just going to work, fuck shit, and go to sleep, my nigga. Or get money, get pussy, whatever the fuck else it is. The list goes on. You choose. And that's it? That's all life is? God damn. And again, I'm not minimizing those things or, trying to say that they're not important. These things are important as fuck. All I'm saying is, how about the other side, though? Why are you being so one-sided? That's you. Why are you discriminating against yourself? you know, and that's when the fucking ignorance comes in, because now you don't know who you are. But anyway, I got a whole thing about meditation. That shit's coming out, man. Check that. That's a you know that's gonna be good for a whole lot of us. It's needed. But anyway, to get back to what I was saying in terms of looking at the genders now at this point, so you realize how important genders are, and it goes beyond dick and pussy. So that's why if you're looking at the history of the masculine energy, well, from a European perspective, of course, right? You'll see, like I always say, like I'm not the same man that my dad was. Perfect example is, like around his time, maybe he was more into his masculinity. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, shit, I was going to high school. I was probably like turning 17. I wanted to get my fucking like my ears pierced. As it wouldn't be something that my dad would want to do around his time. I'm saying this to say there had been an evolution within the masculine energy. Again, from a European perspective, because us having with the African spirituality, we never had that type of fucking issue. Do you see what I'm saying? Because we were in harmony. Do you see what I'm saying? So the harmony meant that we were in touch. But anyway, the whole patriarchal shit that we're going through now is a motherfucking European shit. The African shit or the nigger shit has always been balance, which is ma'at, harmony. Not just one side of the coin, both sides of the coins, nigga. That's why we used to call our bitches queens or bitches. You know what I'm saying? They still queens. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? In fact, a queen is also a bitch. It's the same shit. Mother Mary, the Virgin Mary, and what was the other bitch that was the hoe that was with Jesus? Mary Magdalene. Every woman have those both sides in them. That's just facts, bro. You know what I'm saying? But whichever one they choose to feed, that's exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think Michelle Obama sucked Obama's dick? Do you think Oprah has a does she suck dicks? Or that nigga, whoever the fuck he's fucking. Do you see what I'm saying? I'll let you answer that. Well, in fact, it was rhetorical. You don't even have to answer that shit. All I'm saying is not to diminish their fucking values but what I'm saying is, they fed, like when you're looking at, let's just say, Michelle Obama. Of course she suck Obama's dick. She could be the freakiest bitch ever. But she's not just that. She also has a brain. She also, do you see what I'm saying? So she fed that other part of her. She understand, let's just say, the importance of being knowledgeable. Do you see what I'm saying? Like when you talk about your priest, your priestess, you know what I'm saying? They suck dicks, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shit, she's like, I eat pussy, dog. You know what I mean? But I'm saying all of that to say, you know, by reflecting, okay, I'll give you another example. When you hear niggas be talking about they want, what is it, a freak in the sheets, but a professional in the streets, they're talking about the same person. But they're saying, do you see what I'm saying? It's still that same bitch, ain't it? That's why I was saying, do you think Michelle Obama sucked Obama's dick? And if she does, how good she does it. I want you to picture that shit. Yeah, Chicago girl, how good she gets down. You know what I'm saying? Better be as good as her fucking speech. And if that's the case, so you know Obama's getting that, like, supreme, top notch, top shelf dick sucking. Again, I don't want to lose you too much because a lot of us could be, especially if you don't get the bigger picture of what I'm saying. If you want to be sensitive, it happens. It's okay. It's okay. You ain't doing nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, but the point here, again, oh, shit, with the media and all that shit, too. You can imagine, like, oh my God, no. But all I'm saying by saying that, not again to, because I know niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's what the news does. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but if you're able to pass, see the bigger picture, which is exactly what I'm trying to depict by using that type of example, is to show you that, you know what I'm saying, you have to become in harmony. What you call Satan, Lucifer. They tell you it's the same shit. He was, what is it, angel of light that came down to earth. However the fuck you want to call it. Like, just you, man. You could be mad. You could be a killer. You could be a nice person. We all have that killing side in us. Somebody, self-defense, nigga. So you can either build or fucking destroy. And that's what we're doing. We are the gods. Well, another way of saying you're a spirit. That's why in African spirituality we study nature, because we understand we are all one. The synchronicities, the sacred geometry or geometry and all that shit, that's where that shit comes from. It's letting you know we are all one. And as you're becoming in alignment with yourself, truly what you just, that's why, like, when the monks say namaste, they telling you, they're not saying you have activated your spirituality. They're saying, motherfucker, despite of anything, I see the God in you. That's harmony like a motherfucker. And that's transcending too, the bullshit. But anyway, I'm saying this to say, this is where we're going to go with that. Because we're going to get into motherfucking, this is hump day, baby. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into the masculine and the feminine energy, but it's important for me to kind of like depict some, some of these points so you have them in mind. Now you start looking at, oh shit, yeah, even in the gay relationship, there's a tomboy, this and that. Why is that? The energy is expressing itself in front of us. That's why you should understand. If you can't understand this reality here, how would you understand the other fucking reality? And ironically, for you to understand this reality here, you got to go beyond it. That's what seeing through a veil is. That's what knowing the truth is. You go beyond the reality that's being given to you, which is what it looks like, a fucking separation. Then now you're saying there's no separation. I know exactly what it is. This is me, God shit. That's a whole different level. But that's, the highest state of Krishna, the Christ, however the fuck you want to call it. But it all comes down to reaching a higher, or being in alignment with your essence. That's you getting to the essence of your essence. You see what I'm saying? So, let's go back. Let's go back. Because it's important for me, because that's also part of what we it's a vivid fucking proof of how spiritual we are, of our spirituality, how our story is being told in front of us on a regular basis. Is it, are you alive, or, you know what I'm saying? But if you're alive, like I'm telling you, like it's taking place every day. That's what life is. Oh, it's happening, baby. It's happening. But if you're asleep, I get it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta, like my man Loaded Luck says, we gotta give you the medicine in the dessert because it tastes better. But it's okay. That's what we came to do. That's part of having that old soul too. You know what I'm saying? Well, listen, man. Each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I can't let you go out there. You know what I'm saying? Making a fool out of yourself, handsome. You look too good for that shit. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? It's that type of talk. That's what makes it personal. This is personal like a motherfucker. Y'all got me in my emotions too. So yeah, I'm very emotional, but that's part of being alive too. What people are talking about when they talk about will, or the power of your willpower, that's your being, bro. That's why you have to become in alignment with your fucking will. Once you do that, shit, that's when you know your mission, your purpose on earth. It's a fucking perfect depiction of the power of your will, man. We're taking it up a notch here. Not just the mundane, okay, I want to do this, am I going to do that? Yeah, I see it. I get it. I got you. But anyway, now we're seeing the masculine energy and the feminine energy expresses themselves differently. That's why we were talking about, being more logical on this masculine side, and then on the feminine side, now you being emotional. But unfortunately, what I've been seeing that people are talking about, it's like when you are emotional, of course, you're not logical, but they seem to downplay it like there's no intelligence in it. Quite frankly, or most likely, when we're saying, yo, you emotional, meaning you're not, fully mastering, meaning using your logic to control the situation. It could go different ways. But the bottom line is this: the way people's been looking at for fucking being emotional, it's like a weakness, and that's what it's far from truly what emotions are fucking all about. There's no weakness in being emotional. So the feminine energy being emotional simply means how they move, how they look at life. Meaning, this bitch would tell you literally right now, babe, do you want to go to the movies? Yeah, let's go. 30 seconds later, you know what? I don't want to go anymore. She's not lying to you. That's what emotional is. She varies at any given time. Spontaneous, however the fuck you want to call it. She does shit not because of how logically it looks, but how she feels. Emotional, how she feels. Not stupid, not none of that shit. That's unfortunately the connection that nowadays are attributing even to love. For instance, they say, love you weak. How? How? You got to break that shit down to me. Make it make sense. How are you being strong when you being closed off? You don't want to get hurt again. There's nothing strong with that. You closed off. You don't want to be hurt again. But to be strong means you got hurt. You don't mind. You still watching, nigga. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We fell off, but we came right back to it. But when you're talking about love, you're suppressing that emotion in you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not your reality. Like make that make sense. There's nothing strong about it at all. That's a coward. They're like, that's bitch ass shit. You don't want to be hurt anymore, then you're gonna start playing games. That's when now you start playing games. You gotta dominate the motherfucker. That's what our society is giving us when it comes to. That's why you have the battle between the sexes. It's nobody really coming together, but it's everybody fighting each other. Who has the biggest dick? At this point, I don't even know. It's the even bitches are like, nah, nigga, your dick's not as big as mine. Like, what? You have one? Now that's what the whole feminine movement is about. Nah, nigga, we got a big dick too. Alright, nigga, rip your shit out. You lost, like you totally like. How did you get it so wrong? That is so wrong. Because the reality in front of us, maybe a lot of us can't see it. That could be that too. But someone who's not showing love, it's not. There's nothing strong in that. There's no strength in it. They are protecting themselves. They don't want to be hurt anymore. So now they would put on the biggest act to protect them. That's why they're so small. You're making the biggest noise, but you trash. And that's how you're being put to sleep. And that's what the dating game that I'm looking at is pretty much telling you about. So now what you have motherfuckers now, that's why when you get, I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it there. There's a lot of fear, man. So now, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? It's like in every fucking American shows I've been looking at, it's like, when they talk about love, can love pay my bills? Like, what? What that has to do with anything? You drink water, right? Can water pay your bills? It's essential to you, to your life. What that has to do with money? Again, niggas are using this as a facade to neglect the real shit. Has nothing like that. That's nigga, that's a scheme right there. Y'all try to skim me. Fuck out of here. What? Just like every baby. In fact, there's been a research where, the baby, the mom has to, what I'm saying? We all need love, man. What the fuck? Since when that shit makes it, that's like, yo, man, if you eat, you weak. I mean, if you eat, you weak. Like, what the fuck? Aren't you supposed to eat, motherfucker? Breathe, motherfucker? Look at this, he's breathing, man. You fucking weak, nigga. Don't breathe, nigga. No niggas like, I don't breathe, motherfucker. Y'all motherfuckers don't breathe out there? Niggas like, yo, I don't breathe, motherfucker. Fuck breathing, bitch. The fuck? That's what you have. They cheating themselves. There's nothing honorable about this. That's why, and then you have motherfuckers who are fighting now to be recognized by society. The very first society, like, that doesn't even recognize, like, truth. Like, it's what the fuck? You see what I'm saying? That's why there's no honor in bullshit, man. Like, how do you be the most honorable bullshit motherfucker? Y'all got balls, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like you being the best faker ever. And that's what you guys are talking about. I'd rather just be the truth, man. Why would I want to be the best faker ever? Our niggas be wildin'. But anyway, what we're also saying, but most importantly, what we are saying is that, you know, the, the energies are reflecting themselves in our life. What you're looking at, what you're experiencing on your day to day basis, if you just look at it differently, looking at it sideways, ah, it's like there could be some gems, man. This could be shit. In fact, that's all you need. That's what you need. That's what the whole understanding of a second of Christ, which is the state of consciousness, then motherfucker, you good. Of course, now that is your initiation, meaning the beginning stage or stages, then you're gonna grow into becoming a master. Because any type of initiation is always the beginning of a new path. And as you get on it, that's why, our conversation will change. And that's why, too, I understood, what I'm saying, when Dr. Lila Africa, You know what I'm saying? When that nigga came through and showed me it's not what you know, but it's who you talking to. But as long as you know what you know and who you talking to, nigga, you good. Now that's my act like a motherfucker. Meaning that's self mastery too. My God. That's just too much. But that kind of shit I want though. You want to be too much, baby. Like, listen, man, you got to be a total package out there. Shit, I always show up with the superheroes. They thought I was by myself. You out of your fucking mind. How so? How can I be by myself? I mean, I'll make it look good though. That I'll take the credit for. But that's the self mastery. That's you being in alignment with life and now having a different perspective on everything or anything that's taking place in front of you and how you are interacting with it. That's what the Kabbalion is telling you. This is all mental. So how do you deal with your issues? How do you deal with your problems? Do you look at it as problems or can you see through the veils? You see, that's why a lot of people don't know how to pray and they're praying for the wrong shit. You know, like when you asking, let's just say God, you don't want no problems. How do you grow, motherfucker? It's your problems that help you grow. So if you want to grow more, listen, nigga, you got to pick up your cross, nigga. That shit's yeah, it's that way. So to get in touch with your beauty, truly, it's like that's that harmony you definitely gotta have. Now you don't pray God, let's just say, for not having problems, but now you're praying for a stronger shoulder. Let me take on all them shits because that is your growth. That is how you ascend. Oh, you're looking at things on a different level now. There's no competition. Now this is you growing. This is you going expressing or going through your talent, whatever the fuck it is, or like having this human experience. That's why you gotta have ma'at. You gotta have the balance, and your balance in this plane means you gotta be 100% spiritual. The balance doesn't mean that's why you can't be halfway stepping. To be one, whole, to come to terms with yourself, becoming the Christ, becoming the Buddha, whatever the fuck you wanna call it. What else? How the fuck else they call that shit? I don't know. They all talking about the same thing. So now again, the more like feet, it's all the same shit, bro. How I'm okay? Maybe this is it's all the same shit. That's why you gotta have God in everything that you're doing. Having God in everything that you're doing doesn't necessarily mean that daddy God or that sky God or that perspective. It means always to be in alignment with you, always being grateful, always being spirit in every decision that you're making. Meaning, we see when a nigga tell you, even in your marriage, you got to put God. Like when you pray, you know what I'm saying? Like you saying, technically what you're saying is, let me not just pick this bitch because she got a pussy. Let me make sure there's something else besides her pussy that that could do something for me, that could fulfill me, or I could fulfill however the fuck you want to call it. But essentially, the message, the overall message here is that you've seen more than pussy, nigga. You gotta see more than pussy. If you're looking at it the right way. You see what I'm saying? So that's why God got to be involved in everything that you do. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? That's how it should be. So that's why it's important for you to understand, when you hear those stories, they're just talking about you, baby. Mythology or the Kabbalion, whatever the fuck you want to call it, or the sacred teachings are nothing but reminders of you. They're telling you, yo, this is you. Because this is being in the world of illusion, we gotta remind you. Do you remember the time? Talking to your higher self, going beyond, because when your higher self is absent, that's why ignorance comes in. That's why, as a spiritual being, you have to understand the science of fucking ignorance. But anyway, let's get back to the feminine energy and the masculine energy. They express themselves differently. But not only that, we also see how important it is, for to activate the different genders to maintain a sexual attraction, meaning a union, not necessarily physical, because the whole tantric Buddhism, they're showing you how, genders all around you, there's a lot of sex that's taking place. Like, as a masculine energy, if you could sing, you grow your hair, those are feminine traits. That was the first thing as I pretty much started on a deeper level, tapping into, my spirit. Then I started growing my hair automatically. I didn't even understand it. It got to a point where, although, like, if other people would call me Dread, I'm like, who the fuck you talking to? Because I was so in tune with the actual transformation that I didn't understand what was taking place on the outside. Just like they say, sometimes you grow first, then you start to acknowledge it, or, I mean, it's all the same shit. Life happens, then you catch up to it. All the same shit. But it's being said in different layers, in different state of mind, in different spaces. And that's what seeing through the veil means you seeing through the bullshit, because there's a lot of bullshit. And that's what the illusion is. It's not what it looks like. That's what having faith is. So if it's not what it looks like, then you're doing your manifestation, you're doing all them shits and having faith, and all that shit does make sense. It comes with it automatically. You gotta have faith. Here's something else too. Of course, faith is our foundation. But another way I would probably say it, for me personally, it would be more on a Gnostic shit, to know. That's why I like to say, reading the scriptures like a blind man, intuitively you know what you're reading by touching it. Oh, that shit is. Listen, that is a depiction. That's why our ancestors used to study your body, and they also use like body parts to even identify certain things. And I'm not gonna get into it because that's a whole different conversation. But it's like we honor nature. That's why we honor nature, because we understand the connection. My brother, the sun; my sister, the queen. I mean, the moon. The term that is being used in mythology when they talk about brothers and sisters, all that is talking about pretty much is just, if I'm calling you my brother, I'm connected to you. That's what we're saying. But you got to catch it on all levels, though. But anyway, so I'm saying all of that to say, because in one of my posts, because it's almost getting to, let me just wrap it up real quick. But most importantly, make my point, because I think those points were more important. Now it's giving you a different outlook on the interaction of the masculine and the feminine energy. But first, you have to look at yourself not just as the masculine and feminine, but as something more than just a physical body, as spirit. So for this to be a mental institution, and for this to be it's all mental, meaning your perspective is everything. That's why it's not about how much you see, but it's how you looking at it. God damn it, niggas. Shit. How are you looking at it? Quality over quantity. If you have a billion unripe mango and just one mango that's ripe that you can actually eat, the other ones you cannot eat, doesn't matter about the quantity of that. It's not gonna help. You can't eat it. I mean, you can, but it's not gonna taste the same as that. Like, it's gonna speak for itself, and that's what consciousness is pretty much all about. That's why you don't judge. Like, that's why you forgive them when you're saying they don't know better. Then you understand they are under fucking ignorance. Like, you have to be more ignorant to be mad at a nigga that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. How do you get mad? And I'm not trying to categorize, let's just say, someone who's not aware to a handicapped person, you know, but not to say that if you're handicapped, you are mentally handicapped at all. That's not what, that's the point that I wanted to make. But at the same time, the reason why I'm using that is to let you know, like, you're not fully yourself. There are certain things that are not fully out there. You're not using your full potential, baby. Either you're not aware of it, but the bottom line is you're not using it. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you can't use it too, but you gotta be already that for you to be that. That's why consciousness brings more consciousness. Do you see what I'm saying? Like when a nigga tells you, that's why I love that shit too, and I can relate. I've always been that nigga, even when I was a little nigga. Do you see what I'm saying? Example is like these guys would always tell you that. Like 50 Cent was already making money before he blew up. Now, the money that he was making was not as much money as he was making, but he was the best at what he was. A lot of these motherfuckers were the best at what or who they were and at any given time. That's how you're able to forgive yourself. But most importantly, they were putting the work in. They've been putting the work in. So when they're saying, like I was that nigga even when I was a little nigga, there's a connection that they're making in their identification. They realize the strength that they have now was always there. It's not a now thing. Like niggas might be see me now thinking, you know what I'm saying? Nah, nigga, we've been putting a lot of work in, nigga. And even in what we're talking about, it should be a reflection of that too. Oh, we definitely sat among the fucking like elders, man. We took our blessings, of course. Come on, man. You see my scars. Yeah, I am him. Yeah, I resurrected, nigga. You still not convinced, are you? Thought I was dead, huh? Well, I faked my death. Wyclef had that line I really like, man. You know what I'm saying? How did he say that shit? But he did say, I faked my death like Machiavelli or some shit. I don't even remember. But I mean, I can't, how he said it specifically. But the point was he did fake his death like Machiavelli because Machiavelli faked his death because he wanted to learn about people. That could be seen in so many different layers too. Do you see what I'm saying? You see the harmony, the fucking unification, the energies that are taking place all around you, even if you don't see it. But as you see the greater field, you know what I'm saying, you get to see everything. That's what knowing the truth. That's how the truth sets you free. You get to see it for what it is, nigga. Ain't no going back from that. If you watch the movie The Prestige, you don't tell them your tricks. Because once you know the truth, listen, that shit ain't gonna become. It's not convincing anymore. It's nothing. It's like it means nothing. That's why you never tell them your fucking tricks. This is being said on so many different levels, depending on your level of receptivity. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm talking about here. In terms of understanding those different energies and how they interact with one another. That is all spirituality. This is all spiritual. So, as let's just say, a masculine energy, you got to understand how you operate. And as you transcend the way you operate, then you understand, that's why the yin and the yang, the white part, which is the femininity, there's a dark side in it, meaning the masculinity, and the dark side, vice versa, if you see the symbol. But what I'm saying or why I'm using this symbol to depict is that what you're looking at today. Women could do certain things that men does. Yes, they can. Why the fuck not? That's what a gender, they are activating different aspect of them. That's why even in women there are different type of feminine energy. You have your priestess, you have your Virgin Marys, you have your Magdalene, your hoes. Those bitches are straight up hoes. Nigga, oh no, I'm gonna fuck whoever. Among them, like I'm just naming three. That's what their emotion comes in too. They could change at any given moment, nigga. Sure. You know what I'm saying? But, it's all right, players. I got you, though. You are directive. That's what the masculine energy is. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you shape the ocean, you give it a direction, you are the border around it. Shit, even the border, too, you might want to be careful because, you know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is you could guide it somewhere. Like, water takes, like that's what the Bruce Lee shit. Be like water, my friend. Meaning you take form, you take part of every reality. You, as a masculine energy, you are directive. This reality, that reality, this reality, that reality. A leader. That's what a leader is. You lead, you show the way, you show the path. You are directive. Leader. Not big dick, not superior, and definitely not inferior because it had nothing to do with that. If you're looking at it as superior, inferior, you're looking at it sideways, man. You're not looking at it right, baby. And because you're looking at it sideways, you just missed the whole fucking point. Because it has nothing to do with that. But unfortunately, just like I talked about, a few minutes ago, it turns into the battle between the sexes. You want to talk about how lost these motherfuckers are? Yeah, let's let the dead handle the deads. I see what you're saying, but we're gonna let the dead handle the deads. Nothing you could do, my nigga, but doing this and doing you. That's why I cannot save you. I'm just the guy that show you the way, my nigga. I'm the key. Well, was it the key maker in the man? I just show you the door, man. That's it. Oh, you gotta walk through it, baby. Oh yeah, and I walk through mine. So that's why I wouldn't want to cheat you either. What would I cheat you? If I cheat you, you know what I'm saying, it wouldn't be I would be cheating myself. You know what I'm saying? Do you see what's taking place here? So I might as well treat you good, baby. I gotta talk to you nice. Just so you get it. I gotta put the medicine in your dessert. What you want me to do? I gotta give you something. At least I know this is not gonna kill you though. I know you might be mad, but it's not gonna kill you, nigga. I assure you that. You know what I'm saying? That's that community shit. Hey, listen, nigga. Yeah, it's gonna hurt, but it's necessary. Bam. I still make it look good. I can't help myself. What you want me to do? I'm so in touch with that beauty shit. This, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But once you wake up to it too, though, and that's where the whole Tahuti energy comes in too. Oh my god. Shout out to Tahuti, man. But anyway, so I think we're gonna leave it there. So most importantly, I wanted to depict how genders are all around us and how it's being expressed. It goes beyond the sexes. This is all spiritual. Now, a lot of us are looking at what we're looking at, but we're looking at it wrong. You're looking at it from, oh, this bitch trying to be a nigga. Bitch, be a bitch. Nah, she's activating her masculinity because subconsciously she understands for a gay relationship to have a gay relationship, you got to activate both sides. You have to activate both sides. And if you have a twin flame, then guess what? That's your twin flame. And all that shit. It's the same spirit. Can you imagine becoming together with your friend's spirit? That's a gay relationship. Like what? That's a gay relationship. But it's done on a whole different level. Do you see what I'm saying? And this is where we're taking our seat among the elders here. It's all being reflected around us. You be you. You know what you identify with. That's what the Dharma is all about. We all came here for different reasons. Like I'll give you a perfect example. For me, I know why I'm here, and it's not the first time I'm doing this. So I understand the different state of consciousness. Because you have a lot of people, like not a lot of people. Now you can't tell me for you to be conscious you got to be a priest. No, you ain't got to be a priest to be conscious. The priest is the broadcaster. I'm talking to everybody. But there are niggas who are fucking conscious. They don't even talk. I met a couple of them. That's how I know.